Bitcoin has been dropping for 5 months, and every time we thought a new bottom had been set, another wave of selling has come in. This decline isn't just a simple move, it's a major cleansing. A cleansing that separates the talented from the impulsive and has forced smart money to gather up those who were left behind. Today, I'm here with this new video to carefully analyze Bitcoin in both the weekly and daily timeframes, and to discuss a very interesting scenario we might have for this cryptocurrency. Will Bitcoin continue to form new lower bottoms, or will it finally start its next major upward trend? Let's go to a chart and take a closer look. As you can see on the chart, since September 29th, we've seen a downward movement in Bitcoin, with the price dropping to as low as $67,000 and even $61,000. When we take a much closer and more detailed look at this specific price movement occurring within the established boundaries of the channel, it becomes quite evident that Bitcoin is currently in the process of forming some very consistent and technically sound higher highs and higher lows as it continues its steady progression along this well-defined upward trending channel. As you can clearly see, the sustained upward momentum in price is still continuing to develop further, which clearly indicates to us that for now, we definitely haven't entered into a significant long-term downward bearish trend for Bitcoin. As you can clearly see on the 19th of February in the year 2024, we witnessed a significant rally-based rally movement. The market reacted to this specific pattern very strongly and immediately showed its powerful upward trend, indicating a high level of bullish momentum among traders. I've marked the base candle for you in this area, and in previous videos I've also taught you how to identify base candles. You can check out my YouTube channel and the earlier videos where I covered rally-based rally and provided tutorials, so you can watch and learn from them. So we see that we are in a very strong base that can also, the price of Bitcoin could drop to this area and really give it a very attractive show. With Bitcoin's recent price decline and the clear break of its upward channel, most expectations are that the price could fall even lower, meaning down to $40,000. It could drop, and in my opinion, this current price breakdown could very well be a sophisticated fake out for Bitcoin's overall price action. And after the market finishes breaking down further and triggering a massive wave of investor stop losses, it is highly likely that the asset could finally begin to establish its own sustained and powerful bullish trend upward. To put it in another way, it could also potentially start a very strong and significant trend that a vast majority of individual investors might unfortunately miss out on. So, when we take a closer look at the specific market price levels of $61,000 and $52,000, we can see that these particular figures represent very significant milestones for investors to monitor closely in the current financial landscape. These levels could potentially serve as ideal entry points for accumulating Bitcoin. Let's also look at it on the daily time frame. As you can see on the daily time frame as well, the price has also touched the bottom of its bullish channel. It has shown this, if we want to be honest. If we also use the RSI indicator, we can also have an interesting scenario for we can also have RSIs. Look. This specific technical setup is something which can create a very interesting and potentially profitable negative divergence for us to monitor closely in the coming sessions. Therefore, as you can clearly observe, RSIs can also serve as an effective entry signal for purchasing Bitcoin. So we can say that the price is at the bottom of its own imaginary channel. So we can say that the price is at the bottom of its own imaginary channel, which in my opinion could make a sharp move to higher prices and might even surpass its previous peak. The next scenario that we can consider for if we want to initiate a strategic long-term buy position for Bitcoin, we can also effectively use tether dominance as a guide. Previously, tether dominance had formed a major peak around the significant resistance level of approximately 8.70%. And now, tether dominance has finally returned to this specific area, which serves as a critical indicator for market sentiment and could indicate a potential reversal in the current market trend. It could make another move up to this area and then start its decline. With the decline in tether dominance, we could see a bullish scenario for Bitcoin. Also, as you can see in the RSI for tether dominance, the upward trend line in the RSI has also been broken and a pullback has occurred. As we observe a significant drop in tether dominance across the market, it provides a strong signal that we could potentially see Bitcoin rising to much higher price levels in the near future. When we take a closer look at the tether dominance charts on the lower time frames, it becomes increasingly evident that the relative strength index is steadily climbing and is now reaching the critical overbought area, suggesting a shift in momentum is likely occurring right now. It is entirely possible for the market to make its own natural correction at this stage. And as we observe the price action reaching into a significantly higher area of interest, combined with the clear bearish divergence that can also start to appear in the tether dominance chart on the daily time frame, you can clearly see that with this specific upward move, we can also expect to have a significant divergence forming for the overall trend. The current state of tether dominance in the market as well, which can essentially be considered as a kind of potential sell signal for us. If we are able to identify a clear sell signal coming from the tether dominance chart, then it is highly likely that we can expect to see a strong and sustained bullish trend emerging for Bitcoin in the very near future. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Also, my analysis and opinions are solely my personal views, and the responsibility for any investment decision lies with you. If you enjoyed the analysis, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel to see my future analyses, so you'll always be the first to watch my new content. In the upcoming videos, we'll have new updates on Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies in the market. And in the next video, we'll be analyzing gold, which has recently shown an upward trend and reached some attractive highs. Until the next video, stay profitable and full of energy.